Hi friends, good evening. My name is Dr. Rahul Modi. I am a practicing ENT surgeon and I specialize in treating snoring and other sleep disorders. I'm also a proud member of the Goregaon Sports Club for the past 20 years and more. At the outset, let me thank the wonderful management team for not only giving me this opportunity to interact with my fellow members, but also for organizing this multiple webinars and keeping us active, agile, and fresh. Sharpen the saw, as they say, is a great tagline. The amount of efforts that they have put in to organize this series of webcasts and webinars is amazing. उनकी जितनी सराहना की जाए उतनी कम है और उनकी मेहनत काबिले तारीफ है. Friends, my topic for the day is simply how can one optimize sleep during lockdown and beyond. How can one achieve that healthy sleep-wake balance that some of us are aware about, but some may not realize the power of what a good night's sleep, a high quality sleep can do for us. I do strongly believe that most of us will benefit from the simple do's and don'ts if we just incorporate that in our lifestyle. Now, times like these can be stressful. The stressors can be related to just about the fear of the disease. यार बाहर जाते हैं, कोरोना हो सकता है. लॉकडाउन खत्म होने के बाद भी शायद सेफ ना हो. Losing our job, loss of income in the business, maybe illness in the family members. A lot of this can generate stress. And friends, the first casualty of any stressful situation is our sleep. Remember, out of the 24 hours that we have each day, we are supposed to spend 8 hours in sleep. So at least 1/3 of our lives we spend sleeping. But as a community, as a population, we know very little about what constitutes a good sleep. What are the harms of not being able to achieve that? A lot of research has done for this, and I see a lot of patients. Studies have shown that up to 1/3, that's 1 out of 3 people, face some kind of a sleep issue at least once in their life. This is a big and a common problem, and it only gets magnified in these uncertain times. So what do we know about sleep so far? We know that we are awake for like 16 hours, 18 hours a day, and then we go off to sleep. Is it like so simple that the mind and the body is awake throughout the day and suddenly somebody switches off a switch and we just sleep off? No. The brain is like a supercomputer, managing so many tasks efficiently. So think of it as the brain managing like 50 other computers, and all of them have to slowly transition into a sleep-like phase. And this takes time, this takes the right environment, and it cannot be done immediately. Sleep itself is a very complex phenomenon. Sleep has different phases, and to achieve the full benefit of the sleep, to achieve the full health or the wellness potential of sleep, it is important for the mind and the body to cycle through all those phases. So primarily there is a non-dream phase, which is essentially more common in the first half of the sleep. I am talking about night sleep. And then there is a dream phase, which is more common in the second half of the night, and that's called also as the REM phase. Now, the first half of the night or the non-dream phase is responsible for our physical recovery, whereas the dream phase is responsible for our mental recovery. At this juncture, I would like to welcome all my fellow dear members. I can see that Mayura ji is online. I can see Karan is online. So welcome everybody. Now, what constitutes a healthy sleep? Healthy sleep essentially should have 4 components. The first component of a healthy sleep is one should fall asleep within half an hour of going to the bed. The earlier the ones fall asleep, the better it is. The corollary of this is that one should be sleeping or spending at least 90% of the time in the bed sleeping, meaning bed is only for sleeping. One should not watch online videos, one should not play games on the bed, one should not idly even read on the bed. If you are spending 9 hours on the bed 8 hours should be out of that for sleeping. Experiencing no more than one awakening in the night, meaning बार बार अगर नींद टूटती है, somebody may have to go to the washroom again and again, somebody may not get proper sleep because there is some sound around, somebody may not get proper sleep because there is a lot of humidity around. So if they are awakening again and again, they break the complex cycles that are required for the sleep. And what is the proof of the pudding is when the person wakes up in the morning after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, the person should feel fresh. Remember, age as a factor catches up only after the age of 65-70. So if somebody younger than that, especially in the 40s, in the 30s, is not feeling fresh, even after sleeping for that duration, he needs to get an evaluation done. Now, not only a good quantity, the focus should be also on quality of sleep. In spite, the body should get enough relaxations, and our daytime routine influences that significantly. Good research has shown that by maintaining a simple routine, most of the sleep disorders, especially the ones that are generated or aggravated by stress, can be reasonably controlled. And sleep plays a very important routine. Am I audible now? I got a feedback from Mr. Jethani that the voice is not clear. So, along with the right nutrition and proper exercise, adequate sleep is a very important factor in maintaining adequate immunity to fight this virus. Chronic sleep loss. अगर हम regularly we are falling short on sleep because of our routine. Now the lockdown apparently has given us more time, so frankly we should have little or no excuse. But what studies have shown that even 8 hours of sleep is required for us to have a very important factor or effectiveness even for the vaccine. So people who have received the flu vaccine, typically we recommend the flu vaccine for people who are in the senior citizen category, 60 years and above. Their efficacy goes down if they don't get that 8 hours of sleep. I would like to welcome Mr. Gupta and agree with what he says. 8 hours sleep is a must. There is no doubt about it. If we are not sleeping for 8 hours, we will have an impact on our quality of life. We will have an impact on our wellness. Not only that, not only the immunity, along with that, we invite a lot of other problems. We risk having diabetes, we risk having high blood pressure, we risk having obesity. One of the first things when patients come and complain about increased weight gain, कि डॉक्टर साहब हम लोग तो इतना खाते नहीं हैं, फिर भी मेरा वजन बढ़ते जाता है, कि खाना तो हमारा बहुत कम है. The first thing I ask them, what is the stress level in your life? Are you able to lead a disciplined life where you have time for yourself? You are not just running between pillar and post. 8 घंटे की नींद मिल रही है कि नहीं मिल रही है? सुबह उठ के आधी घंटा थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज करते हो कि नहीं करते हो? Those things are more important for arranging or stabilizing our body's metabolism. One of the common symptoms for someone who is not able to sleep properly, and I find this more common in the ladies, is headaches. Headaches are a very common problem, especially migraines. They get triggered if the sleep is not proper. So how do we avoid them? Is essentially schedule a good sleep time. Long term, if you are not focusing on getting the proper sleep, we can risk early aging, friends. We are all living longer and we all want to look younger. So an easy way to do that. So a simple way I would say, so what's the tagline for today's event? What's the tagline for all the webinars that Goregaon Sports Club is conducting nowadays? It's sharpening the saw. And which is, I would say, the easiest, low investment, high return way of doing that is getting proper sleep. I may sound like a broken record, but that's how easy it is. You just schedule that 8 hours in your routine. Sleep also has known good sleep improves the performance. Remember that saying that let me sleep over the problem. What does that do? So when you are transitioning into the sleep, the conscious mind takes a backseat, and it is the subconscious mind which starts objectively assessing the facts and the factors that are there. And sometimes when we wake up after refreshing sleep, we may get to a vexing problem that is confusing us or troubling us through the entire day, and we may get that solution very clearly. So like I mentioned, 4 factors that constitute a healthy sleep. Let me repeat that so that everybody is aware. First is to ensure that we have 8 hours. So how do we ensure that we have 8 hours? We form a daily routine. We write it down. We write down that whenever we make our schedule, whenever we do a mental planning, if we write down on paper, we commit to ourselves that between 11 and say 7 in the morning, I will not schedule anything. I will not watch that series online in the night till 1 o'clock and then keep an alarm of 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning कि मेरे को वो GSC का सेमिनार अटेंड करना है. इट्स अ वेरी नाइस फिटनेस सेमिनार. सो फॉर दैट अगर सेमिनार अटेंड करना है तो हमें 8 घंटे पहले सो जाना है उसके लिए. सो इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू शेड्यूल दैट, एंड believe me, it will not happen overnight. It takes a lot of time and effort, and again on an average it may take as long as 2 to 3 weeks to get our routine corrected. So although it may sound simple, sometimes it may not be easy, and our lives are interconnected with others. Develop a good sleeping environment. So what does that mean? That means that the bed, ideally the bedroom, should only be for sleeping. Now that may be difficult in a city like Bombay. People may not have like 20 spare rooms for every activity, and I get that and I respect that. But हमें ऐसा करना है कि we do very little activity on the bed. So the work from home that we have to do, we should have a designated table and a chair, because body likes to associate. Our body's behavior gets calibrated as per our environment. So we behave differently when we are in our bedroom. We behave differently when we are in our living room. We behave differently in our workplace. Our posture, our assessments, there is a lot of subconscious changes happening. So if we do a lot of activity on the bed, if you are going to watch a horror show on the bed, our mind is never going to associate bed with a safe place. If you are, so create a nice sleeping environment that includes keeping a nice cool, put on that AC. Let the environment be a little conducive. Try to reduce as much as sound and light interference that can happen. An important factor in creating a good sleep environment and a conditioning is to avoid any kind of screen exposure at least for an hour before going to bed. So if you want to watch that Netflix series, if you want to watch that Amazon Prime, you want to watch Narcos, then schedule it in your routine and at least an hour prior to your sleep time. Remember, the day only has 24 hours. अगर मैं इस साइड से पकड़ूं या उस साइड से पकड़ूं, the day is going to be the same. If I go to sleep at 11 o'clock in the night and get up at 7 in the morning, if I go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning and get up at 11 in the morning, the day is still going to have 24 hours. So you cannot take that away from your sleep account. You have 16 hours, plan whatever in those 16 hours. And what helps this routine and this discipline is forming a pre-sleep routine. So you may listen to some very light music, not at a very high volume. You may read, say, a boring book, a book that you don't find very interesting but you have to finish, a self-help book perhaps, or some other books. You can write a small diary as to how your day was and how you want to plan out the next day. Simple meditation for 10 minutes also helps a lot. So giving sleep that respect, again, it's all about sharpening the saw. This is the best time. So I would request all of you to kind of get on that routine, and this will take a little time. In terms, it will take a couple of weeks to get the routine right. There will be practical problems, but if we don't start today, then we will not reach our destination. Now, I would like to welcome Ms. Gopalan, and thanks Rajendra ji. I hope you are able to hear clearly now. So a commonly asked question is, Doctor, I like napping in the afternoon. खासकर अभी छुट्टियां चल रही है, लॉकडाउन है, दोपहर को खाना खा करना 1-2 घंटे की नींद निकालना बहुत पसंद है. So is that healthy? So frankly, if you ask me, naps are not recommended as a replacement. कि मैं रात को ना एक काम करता हूँ, मैं 4 घंटा ही सोऊंगा या रात को 5 घंटा ही सोऊंगा. आई फील स्लीप इज अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम. मैं दोपहर में ना वैसे भी कुछ नहीं करता हूँ, इट्स अ बोरिंग टाइम, आई वुड लाइक टू स्लीप ऑफ. सो if you dial back, you remember there is a non-dream phase and a dream phase. So what we need to do is we need to kind of achieve both phases, and those phases take 8 hours. So if you are thinking that you are going to nap and recover that, then that's good. But are all naps bad? No. There is something known as a good power nap. Now what is an ideal nap or a power nap? A power nap should be a 20 to 25 minute nap, definitely not more than 30 minutes. You should put an alarm and sleep off. Ideally, it should be at least 2 to 3 hours after your lunch, and it should not be beyond 4 p.m. Now, why all these things are important? Why only 20 minutes? Why not 1 hour? Because as soon as you enter your nap, it takes about 25 to 30 minutes for the body to reach very deep stages of sleep, for all the body muscles to relax to the optimum. Now, if you get up when all the muscles are relaxed, say if you have put in an alarm for 1 hour and you take that 1 hour nap, what is going to happen is when you get up in the morning, you will, or when you get up after the nap, my apologies, you will not feel fresh. The muscles will take another 10-15 minutes and it will defeat the purpose of the nap of refreshing you. And why it is important to take that nap at a particular time? Because again, body loves a routine. So if you are taking that nap before 4, then you don't encroach upon your sleep routine in the night. It's like if you have a snack at 6 o'clock in the evening, a heavy snack, dinner के लिए जगह नहीं बचेगी पेट में, and then you will get hungry again at 11 o'clock in the night. So that's not a smart thing to do. So it is important to take naps at fixed time and take small naps and not large naps. A question that mothers often ask is, डॉक्टर साहब हम तो सोना चाहते हैं बट हमारा बच्चा नहीं सोता है. दे आर वेरी एक्टिव और रात को 10-11 बजे के बाद में तो उनमें नई एनर्जी आ जाती है, एंड दे विल स्टे अवे टिल 1 o'clock in the morning, एंड देन वो तो सोते रहते हैं, मुझे सुबह उठ के घर का काम करना पड़ता है. तो मुझे आप बोल रहे रूटीन, मैं अपना रूटीन तो सेट कर लूँ, बट हाउ कैन आई मैनेज किड्स स्लीप? सो किड्स रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर स्लीप इज़ वेरी डिफरेंट. वी नो दैट एक बच्चा बहुत छोटा रहेगा, साल भर से कम रहेगा, व्हेन ही इज़ एन इन्फेंट, तो उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट जो रहती है वो बहुत ज़्यादा रहती है. ही एंड्स अप स्लीपिंग 16-18 hours a day. However, as age progresses, the sleep requirement goes down. But kids, even in the age of 3-4 years, they require at least 10 hours of sleep. So again, it is up to you as a parent, आप कैसे शेड्यूल करते हो उसको. If you give him a 3-hour nap in the afternoon, then, and that too late in the afternoon, he is not going to feel sleepy in the night. So it is very important as parents to form a routine for the kids. And remember, kids follow what they see, they don't follow what they hear. तो हमें ये देखना है कि हमारा रूटीन कैसा है. अगर हम जग रहे हैं, we are awake, we are talking, the kid is not going to, he's not going to leave the action and go and sleep. He loves being around with his parents. So he's going to be awake. So we have to also follow that routine with him. We have to also follow that. And again, with time, that settles. Now, as age advances, as one enters teenage, the natural hormonal changes that take place actually make it difficult. It is known as a late or a delayed sleep phase syndrome, in which the body tells them to go and sleep later and wake up later. So they actually may find it difficult to get up very early in the morning, and one should not try to force them too much. Again, it should not be that they're sleeping at 4 o'clock in the morning and getting up at 11, but if he's sleeping say around like at 9:30, 10, say when they are 7 or 8 years of age, expect them to sleep by around 11:30, 12 when they become 12, 13. It's a gradual change, but sometimes it becomes difficult when the school reopens, because a lot of these kids may have early school opening. So again, you have to ensure that the routine is maintained such. One of the impacts that the lockdown may have on a sleep routine is our screen exposure. Now the problem with these kind of screen exposures that we may have is constant light to the brain. Now when there is constant light stimulation to the brain is not able to figure out, यार अभी ये दिन चालू है कि रात चालू है. Remember, it is a sunlight and the light exposure that helps us stabilize our routine. So that is why our actual sleep times in an absolute time scenario will be different when we are in America, because the day there is different, will be different when we are say in Europe, it will be different when we are in India, because again सूरज अलग टाइम पर उगता है वहाँ पर, सूरज अलग टाइम पर डूबता है यहाँ पर. And the problem with a lot of individuals who are into I would say work from home, who are into servicing international clients, they have a lot of meeting across time zones, they find it very difficult to kind of make a balance. Online tutorials आ गए हैं अभी, kids may see them and the parents may feel यार रात को पढ़ रहा है तो पढ़ने दो. So again the 24-hour rule applies कि हमारे पास दिन में 24 घंटे हैं, तो we have to schedule our way around it, because if there is again too much of a light stimulation, even if the child is looking at that online tutorial, it is going to impact his sleep. And जो भी दिन भर की पढ़ाई करी, अगर नींद पूरी नहीं हुई है, एक साथ वो 7-8 घंटे की नींद नहीं मिली है, तो वो मेमोरी में कंसोलिडेट भी नहीं होगा. So we will lose that investment of time that we are making in that. And when we get into the adult age, that is when the sleep stabilizes, say something between the age of 18 till the age of 60, 65. Sleep is fairly routine, we are in our work years, but sleep again goes into an early phase phenomena. We have all seen our grandfathers, our grandmothers, they will sleep at 8 o'clock in the night and they'll wake up at what, like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning and get up in the morning. That is again known as an early phase. So teenagers में क्या होता है? Teenagers में होता है एक delayed phase. There is a natural transition. Then when you become an adult, it becomes early again, and then in senior citizens again it becomes too early. So as long as they are meeting their quota, body's requirement also goes down. So an average sleep for a person till the age of 60 years, 70 years recommended is 7 to 8 hours. Senior citizen, it goes till 6 hours. However, anybody sleeping less than 6 hours consistently will have an abnormal impact, and it is very common in senior citizens. So it is good to talk to your doctor. A family doctor can help you with that. Simple factors such as again maintaining that routine, sleeping on time, avoiding too much of a stimulation helps us in the long run. So a fun fact, let me ask this. Fun fact, how many of us snore? Okay, so studies have shown that 1 out of 4 guys, that's about 25%, 4 में से एक व्यक्ति खराटे लेता है. And ladies are not far behind. I would say 1 out of 7 ladies snore. So that's a pretty common thing, right? I mean, I'm sure हमने सबने हमारे घर में कोई चाचा जी हैं या कोई मामा जी हैं, कभी हम उनके घर पर जाते हैं तो वी ऑल से कि यार उनके कमरे में तो नहीं सोऊंगा, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू शेयर अ रूम विद हिम बिकॉज ही इज़ अ हीरोइक स्नोरर, ही स्नोर सो मच कि हम सो ही नहीं पाते. एंड सो द टिपिकल रिस्पॉन्स दैट यू विल गेट इज, यू नो वॉट, जो स्नोर कर रहा है ही इज़ हैविंग डीप स्लीप, he is having, so to say, a very good quality sleep, and snoring is a sign that कि भैया अच्छी नींद पूरी कर रहा है. But is that right? And this problem is not so uncommon in kids. Now tell me something, why should a person snore? We are all breathing now, is that right? We breathe throughout the night too. Is there any sound to our breathing? I am breathing. Are you able to hear my sound while breathing? Do I breathe like this? No. Does anybody breathe like that? No. So a person who's snoring, does he snore when he's sitting? No. Will he snore when he lie down and say watches a movie or reads a book? नहीं. So a healthy person जो बैठे बैठे आवाज नहीं कर रहा है, लेटे लेटे आवाज नहीं कर रहा है, why does that person starts making that snoring sound as soon as the person falls asleep? Right? Everybody doesn't make that sound. Why should a particular person form that sound or make that sound when they are sleeping? So tell me something, when does sound come? I'm sure there is a lot of science people in the crowd and they can help me out as to why does sound gets produced. Can I whistle with an open mouth? Can I whistle like this? Can I whistle with an open mouth? No. Can anybody whistle with an open mouth? No. Whistling takes a lot of exercise and initially you need to have that right combination कि आप कैसे whistle कर रहे हैं. How would you whistle? Is that how you whistle? That's correct? Right. So what have you done? You have actually reduced the lips and the tongue to a very small passage ताकि जब हवा flow हो, there is a lot of turbulence. There is some obstruction happening. Right? So when there is sound while breathing, there has to be an obstruction. So people who snore, they actually have an obstructed breathing और obstructed airway. जो उनकी सांस प्रणाली है, जो सांस की नली है, उसमें रुकावट आती है एंड इसलिए वो खराटे लेते हैं. So snoring is actually not a sign of healthy sleep, which is a common misnomer. Snoring is actually an indicator of an abnormal sleep or an abnormal breathing during sleep. And a lot of these snorers, so मैंने क्या कहा था कि about 25% males will have a snoring issue, average. 30 to 50% of that, meaning about 8 to 10% of that, उनसे पूछेगा, they will say that they don't feel fresh in the morning because they are fighting for that oxygen throughout the night. So what is happening? They are snoring, they feel they are sleeping, but they are breathing through an obstructed airway, and that is why they don't get good quality sleep. The body has to fight with limited oxygen, and although they are clocking 8 hours of sleep, they don't feel fresh in the morning. So people who are snoring, who feel नहीं सुबह उठ के ठीक लगता है, they don't have blood pressure issues, they don't have other systemic issues, they are fine. However, people or individuals who are snoring in the night but they don't feel fresh in the morning, they may have high blood pressure, they may have other health conditions. So it is not your age which is not allowing you to get full sleep. Like I said, snoring is very common in children also. It is an obstructed airway and it is known as obstructive sleep apnea, and it can be easily treated and we can get good quality sleep. You guys are clocking good quantity sleep, but we need a good quality sleep, and that can come with correcting the airway. Sorry. Now, what is the relationship? Is there an impact of diet? कॉमन क्वेश्चन आस्क इज डॉक्टर साहब मैं सोने के पहले ना आई लाइक टू ड्रिंक अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ अ मिल्क, मुझे अच्छी नींद आती है उससे. इज दैट अ गुड हैबिट? एनीबडी who can tell that? Is that a good habit to eat or drink just before going to sleep? Doesn't make sense, right? So what happens is timing is very important. Our body likes routine, like I said, and it also likes to go things slowly. So whatever food that we have eaten, it goes down into a food pipe into a stomach, and it stays there for about 3 to 6 hours. The first 3 hours that we eat anything solid, I'm not saying water, water is the only exception, but if you eat an ice cream say just before going to bed, if you've had that glass of milk, या फिर आपने डिनर किया और आप घंटे भर में लेट गए, या लंच खाया और आधी घंटे में लेट गए, सो द डाइजेशन प्रोसेस इन द स्टमक इज स्टिल गोइंग ऑन, और पेट में पित्त बनता है विच डज द फर्स्ट फेज ऑफ डाइजेशन. सो वेदर आई ईट समथिंग विच इज वेरी हेल्दी लाइक ए सैलेड, or whether I eat something which is very spicy like a butter chicken or something which is like a biryani, the first stage of digestion is the same. I will require lots of acid, lots of enzyme to digest that. The time duration may be different, but healthy जो हम खाते हैं वो जल्दी digest हो जाता है, but these things require some time. Now when the stomach is full with that acid, when the stomach is full with that enzyme, if you lie down before the stomach is empty, which is typically average about 3 to 6 hours, what will happen is the stomach acid will spill over into the throat and may cause coughing in the night. A lot of people have this problem कि गले में खराश रहती है, खांसी आती है, and this comes on again and again. So a simple thing is to keep a strict 3-hour gap कि खाना खा लिया उसके 3 घंटे तक मैं लेटूंगा नहीं, be it afternoon और be it in the night. तो एक बार आपने खाना खा लिया है 3 घंटे तक you have to sit upright and not on the bed. Okay, we talked about it, not on the bed. But again, like I said, routine is important. Whosoever can avoid or decrease tea, coffee, green tea intake, especially very late. So if somebody is going to have a coffee at 6 o'clock in the evening and tells me डॉक्टर मुझे रात को नींद ही नहीं आती है, बेड पे जाता हूँ ना 2 घंटे लग जाता है सोने में, तो द फर्स्ट थिंग एंड द सिंपलेस्ट थिंग दैट पर्सन कैन डू इज प्रीपोन द कॉफी टाइम बिफोर 3 AM. तो रिमेंबर एनीथिंग विच हाई कैफीन इनटेक, एनीथिंग सच एज अ रेड बुल, if somebody is into drinking that, then they should take all these stimulation drinks before 6 to 7 hours of their scheduled sleep time. We see a lot of patients जिसमें they like to take, डॉक्टर साहब I take a small peg, सोने के पहले ना आई लाइक टू टेक माई विस्की 1 or 2 pegs, और मुझे अच्छी नींद आती है उससे. सो अगेन इट्स अ कॉमन मिथ दैट अल्कोहल इन एनी फॉर्म, बी इट बियर, विस्की, वाइन, इन एनी फॉर्म is a good sedative. Wine is no less, I would say, harmful overall when compared to other alcohol drinks. Again, everything in moderation, and they have their own safe limits. But if say somebody is drinking 2 pegs of alcohol before sleeping, what is going to happen? The person may have an easy sleep onset. What does alcohol do? जो हमारा thought process है, दिन भर की जो थकान है, इतना हम कोरोना न्यूज़ पे देखते हैं, इतने मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं, अनसर्टेनिटी है, पहले बोला था कि 15 अप्रैल को खुल जाएगा, अभी बोलते हैं शायद 3 मई को भी नहीं खुले, बम्बई हॉटस्पॉट हो गया है, सो बहुत टेंशन है, डॉक्टर साहब आई टेक दैट 2 pegs. सो alcohol helps in initiating the sleep. It will break our thought process, but the effect of that alcohol is going to wear off in 3-4 hours, and once that effect wears off, that person is going to rebound back. The sleep is going to rebound back. So what is going to happen? You will have good sleep, or rather medicated sleep, not a good quality sleep. You will feel that you're getting good sleep for about 3-4 hours, and then suddenly at 4 o'clock in the morning, suddenly you will have an awakening. You will feel यार कोई मच्छर आ गया होगा या गर्मी लग रही होगी, or I need to use the washroom, but it is actually the effect of the alcohol wearing off, and over the years it is going to damage the rest of the body organs, including the liver and others. So I would strongly advocate restricting and avoiding alcohol as a sleep inducing agents. There are other methodologies, there are simple things that can be done, some of which we have discussed, such as meditation, there is something known as cognitive behavioral therapies, where we can train the individual to have a robust thought process so that these thoughts don't interfere with the patient's sleep. Another common mistake is having a high sugar or sugar rich drink, especially for kids less than the age of 6 years. So if you're going to give them a lollipop or an ice cream or some fruit juice, all these packaged drinks have a high amount of sugar in them. What is going to happen? He's going to have a sugar high, and once that sugar high comes in, he's like an excited child, so he'll find it very difficult to go off to sleep. So if you want to do that, avoid any sugary drinks, any drinks which you think are very sweet, high amount of glucose in them, before 6 p.m. in the evening. Now, another thing that people like to do late in the night, where where they get that free time and they're like, doctor, lockdown hai, I want to catch up with my fitness, तो मैं एक्सरसाइज करता हूँ. कितने बजे करते हैं भाई? बोला आई स्टार्ट एट 10:30 11 इन द नाइट, और रात को 1 बजे तक आई डू वेट्स, आई डू सम अमाउंट ऑफ वर्कआउट एट होम, बिकॉज पीस रहता है. इट्स अ गुड थिंग, एक्सरसाइज इज अ गुड थिंग, सो आई विल नॉट से नो, बट द टाइमिंग इज ऑफ. एक्सरसाइज में प्रॉब्लम क्या आता है? व्हाट डज एक्सरसाइज डू? इट चार्जेस अप. इफ यू डू गो लॉट ऑफ गुड एक्सरसाइज, इट बिल्ड्स अप एंडोर्फिन्स. एंडोर्फिन्स क्या होते हैं? दे आर फील गुड हार्मोन्स, दे आर फील गुड न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर्स in the brain, and you will feel nice, you will feel excited, and you will also get what we call as an adrenaline rush. Now we know that if we get excited, we are not going to get good sleep, and what will happen? 11 से 1 एक्सरसाइज करेंगे, घंटा 1.5 घंटा कूल डाउन करने को लग जाएगा बॉडी को. वील वॉच, क्या करें बैठे बैठे? वील वॉच सम अमाउंट ऑफ ऑनलाइन स्ट्रीमिंग, and then again the routine gets delayed, and what we are doing is we are actually damaging the body, because we end up sleeping at 2:30 in the night or 3 o'clock in the night, and we get up in the morning at 8:30 9, because everybody is awake, तो पूरा टाइम तो सोने मिलेगा नहीं, and again we are not meeting that 8-hour cycle. So the best time, I would say, and Goregaon Sports Club had made life very easy. We have Vadgama ji coming up early in the morning, waking us all up, and that's the best time to do exercise. Join him in the morning, interesting webinars at 7:30 in the morning to keep you fresh, and that's the best time. If you're not able to do that for whatever reason, then the second best time is somewhere around post lunch, early evening, late afternoon, around 4 or 5 p.m. So that's the best time. If you can't, that's like a second activity, but I would say if you can incorporate that half an hour, 1 hour, the best time to do that would be early in the morning. Now, so I would like to take any questions, and also I'm an ENT surgeon. If anybody has any COVID related questions or corona related questions, I can answer them to the best of my ability. If there are any doubts or something which we can find. So see, sleep issues for a lot of us, I would say they are very robust. I mean, typically थोड़ा बहुत आगे पीछे हो जाएगा तो इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, बट फॉर स्पेशली इंडिविजुअल्स above the age of 65, individuals who are in the senior citizen category, it's a fragile thing. Again, studies have shown that if a person is not getting enough sleep, then this could be an early sign of other mental issues, कि they are following, डॉक्टर साहब आपने जो भी बोला मैं कर रहा हूँ, बट मुझे फ़र्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. So it's always good to meet someone who specializes in sleep. Let them take a detailed history, whether any optimization can happen. But what we know is, and this is a fact, that the natural production, so now the brain has certain sleep inducing hormones, जैसे excitatories, the endorphins, the adrenalines, they excite us. There are certain transmitters, they are known as GABA transmitters, they are sleep inducing transmitters. So these sleep inducing जो production होता है brain में, over the period of time as we age, this production may go down. So some of these, like how we take multivitamin, body में vitamin D कम है तो हम विटामिन डी की गोली खाते हैं, ऑलवेज अंडर डॉक्टर सुपरविजन. बॉडी में विटामिन B12 कम है तो हम B12 की गोली खाते हैं, डॉक्टर ने बोला कैल्शियम कम है तो वी टेक दैट पिल्स ना. वी डोंट एक्सपेक्ट नहीं बॉडी अपने आप बनाना चाहिए, बॉडी अपने आप बनाना चाहिए. वी वांट द बॉडी टू फंक्शन वेल. गाड़ी में हमें ऑयल डालना पड़ता है, पेट्रोल डालना पड़ता है ना, फॉर द गाड़ी स्मूथ फंक्शनिंग वी हैव टू गेट रेगुलर सर्विसिंग डन. Now we cannot expect the car to produce its own petrol also and its own oil also. So similarly, these multivitamins help us in staying fit. Parallelly, a good percentage, some studies are quoting figures as high as 20 to 30% beyond the age of 70. What is that figure? Is about 30% of individuals may require some kind of a medication or a medical help or intervention to get proper sleep. So in spite of following a routine, in spite of avoiding screen time, in spite of not spending too much time on the bed, even then if you are not getting good quality sleep, if you are not able to clock those 7 hours, then do consult the doctor. Your family doctor can guide you. I am happy to help out. As to there are certain routines and certain medications, certain evaluations that can be done. 2 or 3 important life events can impact our sleep qualities. In ladies mein what we see, menopause is a very common time. Sleep, essentially the body is very robust, they sleep well till they are in that premenopausal or the normal age group. But after menopause, say in their 50s, slowly the body tends to get more stressed out. There are certain hormonal changes, there may be hot flashes which may prevent. So treating menopausal symptoms, treating the anxiety related to that, treating the underlying condition related to that can optimize sleep. A lot of times sleep may come as an additional factor. So somebody who has an abnormal sleep may have some underlying medical condition. So do that. So again, thank you very much. So before closing out, my just request to you would be that focus on today. Don't think too much of the lockdown. Make the most of this time. Rejuvenate yourself. Sharpen the Saw is a great series hosted by GSC regularly on their page to do that. And there is another interesting webinar, a live performance coming at 8 o'clock. I'm looking forward to it. It's part of the Sharpen the Saw series program. A young and our super talented Rishi Jain is going to perform live. And I would like to thank you guys again for being such an interactive audience. Stay fit, stay safe, stay sharp. I'll be happy to answer if there are any questions. Please post them in your comment section and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day.